One of the definitions that Google gives the word cult is a group of people with an extreme dedication to a certain leader or set of beliefs often viewed as odd by others. To be a great cult leader, you need to be charismatic and make your believers feel welcomed and accepted, and sometimes as a byproduct, you inadvertently change the world, or in this case, the direction of an entire industry. On the other hand, to create a cult following, you need to be true to your own voice. Those with a cult following usually had no intention of creating one from the onset. They simply lived their own authenticity, and others found it as a beacon for their own. For me, there's no other man that sums this up more perfectly than a pioneer in underground cinema, a man who's affectionately referred to as Uncle Lloyd by those who know of him. I'm speaking of none other than the creator of The Toxic Avenger and founder of Troma Studios, Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman is the epitome of a differentiator. While Warner Brothers had their mild-mannered, clean-cut Clark Kent, aka Superman, who always walked the righteous path, Uncle Lloyd introduced us to a more unlikely superhero, the Toxic Avenger, a nerd who was dipped into toxic waste and transformed into a monster that assaulted lawbreakers with his dirty mop and even their own limbs after he tore them from their bodies. For the past 40 years, Lloyd has taken every chance he can to throw up a big middle finger to the predictable, formulaic tastes of the big Hollywood studio film systems, as well as the sensibilities of mainstream audiences. As a rebellious teen, Lloyd was my bastion of pointing out everything wrong with the world of commoditized content, as well as being a window into the more defiant genre movies that would make wider audiences cringe. As the fearless leader of Troma Films, Lloyd only produces his films outside of the studio system. Most would categorize them as B-movies. He would chastise the exclusivity of the big studio systems as well as the restrictive business practices of then Blockbuster and now Netflix. His fight for the true independence of smaller, more offbeat films was driven by his desire to help level the playing field to help these filmmakers get their art seen by as large an audience as possible. It's now 2022, and things are changing. One of Lloyd's protégés is now the most sought-after director in Hollywood, James Gunn. Gunn has found tremendous success in writing and directing, utilizing some of the skills he culled from working with Lloyd at Troma Films. His ability to traumatize less desirable properties has become his calling card in Hollywood. Most notably, he's taken the canceled comic book series Guardians of the Galaxy and the universally panned first Suicide Squad film and quite literally converted them from crap to genuine box office gold. And as superhero films become more and more of a commodity, Uncle Lloyd's time has finally come. Those same formulaic Hollywood studios are now beating down Lloyd's door to purchase the rights to Troma's flagship film, The Toxic Avenger. While I'm sure Lloyd's fat paycheck was nice, I'm betting he's reveling in the fact that he can now raise a big "I told you so" middle finger to Main Street Hollywood. And what better byproduct for you as a business owner to suddenly have your B-level movie become the bastion for all others to follow? What better reward could there be than to turn to your industry, success spilling from your pockets, raise a big middle finger and say, "I told you so." As the world continues to awaken to the sensibilities of one of my fearless leaders, I can only hope that Lloyd is truly enjoying what sounds to be a differentiator's fairy tale ending. But if I know anything about old Uncle Lloyd, he's already hard at work creating a counterculture movement against the culture that he helped become more mainstream. You can't stop a differentiator. And if not, that sounds like a pretty good idea for a movie. Uncle Lloyd, give me a call.